And we got the opportunity in April of 21 on our way to New York to get on our boat to stop in Annapolis and do a walkthrough on Kon-Tiki. And after that, both of our hearts were stolen.
I think the Vision really strikes the right balance between safety. The construction, the build is just phenomenal. All the maintenance is easily accessed through the lockers, maintenance lockers. So there's that aspect. There's also the easy handling of the boat. On the boat we have a self-tacking jib. All the controls come back to the helm. We have a great dinghy cradle system. So basically you can single-hand the boat, with no problem. But for the cruising couple like us, it's a boat that's very easy to handle. And then there's the comfort. I mean, it's a boat that's, very open. There's all the amenities that you can think of on this boat. And so it makes life very easy on the boat. And all that without compromising with the performance.
Well, we owned a monohull for 4 or 5 years. We spent a lot of time looking for our next platform, for our next adventure. And when we came across Vision, it brought a couple of things. One, access, easy access to all the systems, which we found on a monohull was really, really challenging to get into and change the oil, fix the plumbing, things like that. This boat brings that boat yoga. We didn't want to have to do boat yoga, and this boat brings a lot of access to systems, and then it brings a really great blend of performance on the sailing side and real livability and space on the interior and the comfort factor.
We looked at a number of different options. We looked at a number of 50-foot locally built. And there was either something that Grant didn't like or something that I didn't like. For me, I wanted something that was sort of a cleaner feel, and a galley had to be sort of easily accessible and sort of part of the whole boat. And for Grant, it was of course the technical side and where the helm station is and the nav station, and the whole layout was really important. Balance between efficiency and speed and then the cruising life, so it had to be comfortable for both. And a lot of them had a lot of wood inside and very high sort of bulkheads behind where the couches would be in the saloon area. And I liked the fact that it was very simple and clean and almost Scandinavian in feel. And so that's why we chose Vision, because it had everything.
I've never been on board a catamaran that I thought was strong enough, that was thought out well enough, that was organized the way that I would want to see a boat organized. So it never felt to me like there was one out there that was worth the money and effort that it would take to build one. And then we got to the show, and there was this manufacturer we'd never heard of, Vision, and we stepped aboard, and I don't think we said even a word to each other on that first walkthrough. And we got off the boat, and she looked at me and said, did we just step aboard our next boat? And I said, oh man, I really think we did, because if I had sat down at a drafting table after a lifetime of sailing experience and started drawing out what I thought needed to be on a boat to be strong, to be safe, to be fast, to be laid out in a way that made sailing a joy, this is what I would have designed. And that nav station, all of it, this is what I would have designed.
But stepping aboard a Vision felt different.
It did. It's a life-changing thing for us. At least a sailing career-changing thing for us.
And I can't quite put my finger on what felt different. All the things that Todd said about, I felt safe. I felt like things were where they ought to be.
Nothing creaks. It doesn't matter what you step on. Nothing creaks. Everything is solid in a way that you don't ever see on a catamaran.